Hey everyone, today I wanted to go over some new and extremely exciting news for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC Windows players of base Monster Hunter Rise, as we are getting brand new details regarding the potential release of Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak onto these recently released consoles. Remember that, of course, the game is already available, at the very least the expansion, as Capcom calls it, is already available on the Nintendo Switch and PC via Steam, but of course PlayStation and Xbox and PC Windows players have just recently got their hands on base Monster Hunter Rise. As of right now, officially Capcom has said that it's just set to release in the spring. This very nebulous spring. There's no real time window of like early spring, middle spring, late spring. Spring can go all the way up to like June, right? So it's like there's no real like window there. It could be anywhere from like April all the way to June. But now, thanks to a couple of brand new findings, quote unquote, we're not going to get into too much detail there. Essentially, we have a pretty good idea when this brand new Sunbreak expansion is set to launch on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC Windows. And it turns out it's set to release a little bit sooner than expected, which is actually going to change our ideas regarding the 6 potential free title updates. So we're going to be talking about that at the back end of the video for those Nintendo Switch, PC, Steam players who have been kind of hoping for a next patch after the next one, after the 5th free title update, because things are starting to look a little bit dire in that end. So first and foremost, I want to discuss the way that we found out that this is pretty much set to drop anywhere between March 20th, which would be officially the beginning of spring, and about the second week of April. So that leaves us somewhere around April 15th or so. And essentially, we started to look after the 4th free title update went live on the Nintendo Switch and PC Steam. We got access to, of course, brand new information found in the game's files. We're not going to get to too much detail there, but what we now have full access to is every single event quest that is going to be part of this update. And remember, every event quest pretty much drops usually about once a week or so, and it gives us a pretty good kind of like trajectory of how many weeks we're going to go before the next free title update drops. We know that the 5th free title update drops somewhere around the 3rd week of April. That is what we were expecting it to be after we started to look at the event quest. And now we discovered that there's 2 brand new event quests that are master rank 1-star event quests being dropped, and the names of the quests pretty much give it away that these 2 quests are going to be dropping the same day, or at the very least the same week that Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak drops on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC Windows. So essentially it's the name of the quest that kind of gives it away. You should be looking at the screen right now. So the first one is called 1-star event quest, master rank event quest called Harvest Moon. This one lets you fight a Kuluyaku and a Lagambi in the arena. They have a 100% large crown modifier, so you're going to be fighting big versions of Kuluyaku and Lagambi. The rewards for this one will be silver eggs, melding nectars, pitfalls, barrel bombs, and max potions. These are like the alternate rewards that you can get there. Now the second quest I think is the more telling one. This one is a 1-star master rank quest called Rookie Hunter's Welcome. This one puts you up against a Great Asuchi, a Great Baggy, a Great Ragi, and a Volvidon at the arena. So you have any of those 4 monsters or variations of them, or all of them together. We still don't necessarily know how those are going to work out. They have a 100% small crown, so there are going to be smaller versions of these monsters, and the rewards are going to be silver eggs, melting nectars, pitfalls, barrel bombs, and max potions. Again, kind of like the same first quest, the rewards are going to be pretty much the same, but the naming of the event quests are pretty much the biggest tells. Rookie Hunter's Welcome is a clear suggestion, these being master rank 1-star quests, meaning that pretty much right after you fight, I believe, that first event quest, the Lunagaron quest that kind of lets you meet Fiorane or whatever it is, right at the beginning of Sunbreak, after you kind of beat, you should have already beaten Narwa, I believe, in base Monster Hunter Rise to be able to have access to Sunbreak. And then you get the Lunagaron quest, that's kind of like a little bit of a teaser quest, the cutscenes, and then you get tossed into Elgato. And after that, you should be able to have quick access to these 2 brand new event quests. And these 2 new event quests are going to be the ones that kind of pretty much sync up all the DLC, all the upcoming event quests, and all the extra content right online with PlayStation, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, of course, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series X, PC Windows, PC Steam, and the Nintendo Switch. I want to make this extremely clear. That does not mean that there's crossplay or cross saves. There's still no word on that. I know a lot of people are keep hoping for that to happen. At this point in time, it's way too late in the game. If Capcom does bring either one of those, would be fantastic. It would be something to like praise them over, but I don't necessarily think they're going to be doing that at this point in time. So we're not even going to get into that. What I am saying here is that after this quest, this pair of quests goes live, that means Sunbreak has already dropped on PlayStation and Xbox and PC Windows, and every single upcoming fourth event quest will be on the Nintendo Switch, PC Steam, PC Windows, Xbox, and PlayStation unilaterally. Pretty much the same thing happened on the PC Steam version of the game once base Monster Hunter Rise was like, I believe, in the third free title update or somewhere along the lines, and then the PC version like synced up eventually. So, you know, like it took a while for it to eventually get there, but it did. And once it did, all the quests were dropping on both versions of the game simultaneously, and that is what's going to be happening here after both of these quests go live. So that is what we're looking at. The time window is somewhere along the 4th to 1st week of, so the 4th week of March, first week of April. That is where the release of Sunbreak will be, based on the event quest. Again, how do we know? Because every single event quest drops either once or twice a week. We expect both of these quests to drop at the same time because they are both catering to new hunters on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC Windows, and Nintendo Switch and PC Steam players will have to wait for the next week, where we're going to get a brand new armor quest. We're going to be talking about that in the upcoming video that I'm going to be making. We're going to be talking about every single upcoming event quest, not just these two. We're going to be talking about, you know, every single new monster, new weapon balances, all the new things that are part of the 5th free title update. And with all that out of the way, what that eventually gets us is this nebulous suggestion of a 6th free title update. One of the reasons why it was heavily suggested and heavily specified, or theorized that there would be a 6th free title update, was because eventually, and this is what essentially what these two quests are suggesting, that we would get at the launch of PlayStation, Xbox, and PC Windows, Sunbreak's version launching, once they become like all together, then we can start to look at a potential 6th free title update dropping that will kind of like unilaterally unite all the versions of the game. But that's not happening because it's happening beforehand. It's going to happen somewhere between the 5th free title update launching and potentially the end of all DLC. So that is the weird part about this. That is the weird suggestion that we originally thought there would be a 6th free title update because PlayStation, Xbox, and PC Windows will get kind of like DLC drop for Sunbreak staggeredly. That's kind of like what happened on Windows. PC Steam. It took a little bit of a while, I think about a month or two, for like the DLC to kind of eventually sync up to the Nintendo Switch version, and then everything was synced up, and it was like day and date on both versions. We kind of thought PlayStation and Windows and Xbox, PlayStation, and PC Windows would end up getting the same treatment, but that's not the case. When Sunbreak drops on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC Windows, all the DLC that's available on Sunbreak at that point in time is going to go drop at the same time. So Sunbreak players on PlayStation and Xbox are pretty much going to get full access to all of the stuff that's already available there. Free item packs, free downloadable quests, everything except the new ones, which of course those are the ones where these two come in line, and everything that's going to be part of the 5th free title update. So this suggestion that the 6th patch will kind of unite everything together after the 5th one doesn't necessarily seem like that's going to hold up. So maybe the patch notes will end up telling us something more in the future. We're still digging through that information, but as of right now, it's starting to look a little dire for the 6th free title update. With that said, I don't want to treat it like it's all doom and gloom. There has been a lot of suggestions specifically from Japanese and Korean players due to some of the wording from the Bahari presentation that we just had regarding the 4th free title update, that there is indeed multiple, as in like, plural, like not singular, plural, multiple updates coming in the future. That is how Bahari said it in the Japanese presentation. A lot of people in the Japanese and Korean communities took that to mean, yes, indeed, a 6 free title update has been confirmed. I wouldn't necessarily sign up to that just yet because, again, we didn't expect this thing to go ahead and like sync up so fast, PlayStation, Xbox, and PC Windows, yet here it is. We have it right in front of us due to the confirmation of these event quests coming a little bit faster than we expected. We honestly expected this to happen after the 5th free title update dropped, and there they would start to like kind of like sync them up eventually, but that's not going to be the case. So maybe, you know, that is going to be the end of it. The 5th update might end up being the last one, but again, things will change as we end up getting more patches, and we expect there to be a hotfix patch at the very least on PlayStation, I believe, in about a week and a half. So maybe some new data is found there. We're going to certainly be reporting on it, but as of right now, things are looking dire for a potential 6 update. I certainly want to talk about this at a later date once more information is found, but for now, that is where we are at. If you are brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. And as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.